Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's check to make sure the notification went out, the sound is working, and we'll get into what I'm doing today. Hey, Glitter Angel. So, so let's take the notification went out. Now, let's see how lagged YouTube is today from the other day. If my computer will ever load, will be all right. Oh my god, I had technical issues like in my live the other night. Yeah, there's a little bit of a lag. Okay, so notification went out, sound is working. Yeah, there's a little bit of a lag, but yeah. So today I'm working on Easter egg hunters, somewhere in the bow right now. Sorry if my light is kind of funky, but it's hot here, so I have my curtains halfway closed. So we're in the bow. This is for Oz and Og. And Claws and Paws, I believe is what it's called. So I've also got some get to know me questions, different types of questions um, that I will periodically be answering during the live. Um, so we're working on this section here. So, like I say, we're in the bow. And the first question I got is, how do you personally shape the art you create? Um, I mean, we, all I it's going to be I to try to add a little flair. I would say that's the only art I do is painting and coloring. The creative medium you most explore besides drawing painting. Coloring is the only other thing I went outside of that. Can you describe a moment when a burst of creativity changed a project? Oh my gosh, that would have been the first time I blinged anything, or put bling on anything. It would have been the black cat that said on the green background says "What that my lady?" And I was doing that for bling in the year. I believe it was the first year I did bling in the new year actually. And Tima walked me through Uh, I wanted to make the cat have like a heart on its tummy, and Tima actually bought me how I'm doing it, and it clear after Tima explained it. It was basically like doing with polymer clay. It was called pixel king, and you would make extrude the square through the square extruder to make the square strings, and then you would just position them to make your picture, and then you wrap them in. But polymer clay, it only lasted about 6 months with me, so we won't go there. And Tima explained that, and that blinging came easy to me. So yeah, that would be the moment the first creativity hit me. What role does storytelling play in your art, and how do you weave it in? I just started this recently with this canvas and 2 other canvases I'm working on. That I actually am coming up with a story for the canvas. And then I just post when I post my progress pictures in my group. I'm posting the story. And I think what I'm going to do is when I'm going to go and create a blog page that when I finish it, the painting, I can go in and put the blog stuff, I put the story with the painting. Okay. Yes. This kit has 70, 78 colors. There's three ABs and a fairy dust. Okay. I put my eyes. I put my eyes. I was running so late this morning, getting up to get stuff done straight. I got up until 12. I mean, I was actually a little before. I was actually a little before that, but I didn't actually start ready until around 12. And then get everything set up and excellent cultural and symbolic inspiration. Which cultural or historical art form influence your creative style? Pretty much everything. I do like a lot of sculpture and mythical creatures like that. But pretty much all. How do you how do symbols like dragons or owls feature in your work? I love working on dragons, birds, and owls. I love roses. I love dragons. I love owls as well. My grandparents love owls. So I love owls from past time through the family. I love working on skulls. I love skulls. And I love the whole, I'm not sure how to say, but the whole Mexican culture, the Day of the Dead. I'm not sure how that. Just some. I don't even butcher it. I love the whole symbolism and meaning behind that. So I love the sugar skulls. I love the sugar skulls. Matter of fact, my little fan I have on my desk, it sits in a little sugar skull thing. Um, I just love skulls and skeletons all in general, but I guess because Halloween is actually one of my favorite holidays. Some of these are not the questions that they just don't change. Personal and oh, wait, this could be interesting here, guys. Which one quirky fact about your creative journey that you know? If you follow my channel from way back, you'll know that I started out, with polymer clay and resin, and yeah, that didn't last long. Hey, Linda, so I guess the quirkiness would be that before I found diamond painting, I could not stick with one craft for more than a year. I really, yeah. Can you share a funny or unexpected moment from one of your crafts? Okay, when I read this one, this was kind of embarrassing because this happened on a live stream. It actually happened on a live stream. I was working two different canvases at the time. I had a Starry Night, um, beautiful painting with glow in the dark girl that I had been working. And I was working a little Santa Claus with cat on his eye. Okay? So I started to go work on Santa. I figured I'll start with the white fur on his arm first. Not paying attention. I'm laying the drills, All of a sudden I look down and I'm like, wait a minute. Why does Santa have yellow fur on his coat? Come to find out, I had grabbed the Starry Night girls instead of the Santa Claus ones. And they both had the same symbol for the symbol that was for the weekend Santa Claus. I had laid probably over 100 drills before I even paid attention and realized it. That's how my mind was just so not there at that point. I can look back and laugh at it now, but back then it was kind of like I was mortified because I was on live stream when it happened. I think if I had been live, it wouldn't have been such a mortifying You know, and that was the very first, I believe, that I can remember. That was like the first or the second mistake I made. Like the the other way that's when that the child made this chicken fried, and I accidentally mixed the color up and the color down my face. And yeah, that was weird. But after that, I thought it pretty wrong. But I went back and looked and I figured out you know, it was me. But you know, we're gonna make mistakes. So I got control. So yeah, so it was, I feel like it's 20 now. Um, you know, because it's been a while since it happened. As well, the Santa Claus and the that one, that's been at least 2 or 3 years ago. I'm yeah, probably about 2 or 3 years ago. The Child Queen was Ticket to Ride this literature, which I think was that was the first Ticket to Ride I did. So that wasn't last year. It was the year before that. It was the year before that, I think. Has your style evolved as you've grown in your craft? I would say it has. I when I first started, I wouldn't do nothing bigger than a 40 by 40. Um, you know, so that pretty much limited me a little bit to um, certain designs, you know. Uh, as I have, I believe it was 2023. I've been having 5 years ago. In 2020, yeah, 2020, when I won the grand prize from um, hold on, let me go and come back in. Later and let's see if that's gonna help. All right. Okay, that's what you mean. All right, let me go out and I'll come back in. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right. Is that any better, Gordon? I'm not sure what happened. I don't know. Hopefully it's better. So yeah, it's just how has your style evolved? Evolved as you've grown in your craft. So for me, um, like I say, it would have been I need to switch. So yeah, it would have been back the 2000. It would have been probably 2023 ish. Probably with it was which I know it was Witch God, so it was in 2000. It was when I won the yeah. I don't know what happened. I mean, it sounds okay now, but on my side, because I have my where I could see it over there, but so in 2023 I was doing Witch Goddess, and um, I was I wanted to do it, but I didn't. You know, I wasn't didn't think I was ready to branch out on a bigger canvas like that. Because at that point, I was only doing 40 by 40 and smaller canvases. And Love and Sparkles, aka Cindy, she told me, you know, just go for it. Same thing with multi-placing as well. Um, so I got a 40 by 50 canvas. I still remember the canvas. It was because Cindy did the same one. She loved it and she got it and did the same one. And she called it Sage and Hood, so that's what I called it. And it was from Amazon. Um, so, ever since then, I've been branching out. I've been doing bigger canvases. Um, so I think my style for the size of canvas has grown. And and just like with multiple, I was always strictly a single placer. And Cindy told me, start out with a two placer and work your way up. And I've gotten to the point I'm good with a one to six placers. The single placer all the way to the six placer right now. I'm still learning the seven and the eight. I'm taking it a little by little, you know. And that's when Berta sent me Witchy Basic so I could practice um, my multi-placing on that because that was Witchy Basic it was just the black out. It was all the canvas was white, but the picture was outlined in black, and you could put whatever colors in out of your spares that you wanted. So yeah, so I think my style has evolved and grown a little bit. Which personal habit or ritual do you credit for your creative success? I really don't have any. Um, I don't really have any personal habits, and I don't really have any rituals. So yeah, if you could host a crafting session with any icon, creative icon, who would it be? Oh, Michelangelo or Hannah Lynn. Richard Lorenz, Randall Spangler, um, yeah, the list goes on and on. I mean, there are so many artists that do, like Tom Wood did this canvas, and I love his his artwork on this canvas is just gorgeous. Um, there are just, Dakota Detweiler, Ivy Dallimore, Becca Tyndall, Coco Marshmallow. There are just so many artists out there that, I can't just pick one, There's so many creative icons out there, Oh, Tekken process is um, expressions of Tekken process. Which digital tools have transformed the way you work on your projects? Microsoft Copilot. Yes, I use AI to create my thumbnails, to help come up with video ideas that give it what I'm thinking, and I have it generate me some titles and scripts. If I'm doing a script for a video, I will help get it. I will tell it what I want and have it write me a script for what I said. Want to share for Mora. That has been my go-to editing software since I started doing my YouTube. Of course, our social media, posting on our social media, our Facebook groups and things like that. So yeah. How has technology influenced the art of diamond painting over the years? I think it has influenced it by it allows artists to be able to use AI and digital art in a way to jumpstart their picture and as they go. Because to me, and I know there's controversy about artists using AI, but to me, if AI is used properly, in a manner that's not nefarious, AI is a good tool. My channel logo, okay, the one that it's up in this corner. That little logo you see in that top corner, it was supposed to be chipmunks, but they turned out to be squirrels. I used Microsoft AI Copilot to create that. It took me 6 months. 6 months of telling that AI program, what I wanted to get the background. The background took me about 2.5 months to work out the way I wanted it. To get the characters on there, and then my channel name. The way they went to spell my channel name half the time when I typed it in the way it was supposed to be, that's what took the longest, was working to get that right. And I actually have that logo as a custom diamond painting. I got it from Temu, but but my question is, I'm the one that sat there and told the AI program what I wanted, and tweaked it for working on it for 6 months. So I technically guess I'm the artist for that. I'm not sure. See, that's where I kind of don't get. That's where it goes off the rails for me. Is am I or ain't I the copyright artist owner for that image? I mean, I'm the one that designed it through the AI, telling the AI what I wanted. So that's what, you know, I've had someone tell me that because I use AI, it might be me telling the AI what I wanted, but it's not it's not a licensed image because of um, me using AI. So I'm gonna do that on that logo one day. I gotta get it done. Um, what is your favorite part of editing or filming process for your videos? All of it. I loved the coming up with the idea and you know then working on a script for the video and filming it and then going into the way I edit is very minimalistic. I pretty much just put the intro on there and the outro. And if I have to splice anything out, cut anything out, I do. 9 times out of 10, all my videos are raw and uncut. Just like my lives, they're raw and uncut. Um, that's why it's MUTTNUTT'S crazy crafting. I used to be MUTTNUTT'S crazy world, uh, but I changed it to crafting when I got really into diamond painting. Um, so I love the whole process. you know, how to stay organized when juggling multiple projects at once. I don't know. I truthfully, I cannot actually say how I really stay organized. I mean, yes, I have a calendar. I keep, and so I have my like. Okay, you'll see red, the two. I have my lives marked out, and then I have my WIP days. So any day that I'm not live is a WIP day. Which I need to check that out. I'm thinking about it. I'll do that, and I go ahead and check off live. I don't have to worry about doing that later. Um, so and speaking of, I wasn't sure if I was going to be live Thursday, but I will be live now. My mom decided not to go to that program because it's later in the afternoon, and yeah, we didn't feel like going. So yeah, and then like this is the schedule for for the odds and odds. So I have that printed out so I can remember when I need to post and watch videos for that. I have this binder here. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this one is all. This is how I organize. So these are all videos that I need to film. So I have my scripts or point notes, put out. These are some. These are just some extra color pages I haven't done yet. I'm going to work on these for some time lapse videos. And I may I have some information. So I may do some more of the Asian themed ones again. And then I have two books because I got them sorted out by size. These are my diamond painting log books. So here in the front, I have all the diamond paintings I'm working on right now. So I'll bring it down. So this is an art painting. This is a 40 by 30. It's $26. I actually found I contacted Art Dot because I did not know what the real name of the painting was. They told me it was from their Moon Rising series, which was a while ago. And I actually have the actual name. Someone in the Art Dot group found the name for me. So um, I actually have the name. I'm doing that for the Asian year-long event. Of course, this is Straight Hunter. This is 55.8 by 73.7. Oh, and that was around. Yeah, that was around. This was a gift from Color and Chat with Joanna. Thank you so much, Joanna. I am loving this. And I'm doing that for Oz and Og and Claws and Paws. I don't know if you can see this one. This is an This is an angry roller toilet paper. This is assholes everywhere. 30 by 40. I'm doing it. It's got 8 colors. I'm doing this one for Rudu Cruise Dark. And this is I'm calling it Winter Pals. It's for it's a 40 by 30, but I'm also doing a 30 by 30 to go with it. 27 colors. Doing this for the Great Escape. And there's a cute story. I wrote with help of the co-pilot. I wrote a cute story to go with that one. So there's a story for both of these together. So there's a cardinal, reindeer, gnome, and a snowman in this one, and they got a cute little penguin, which is a 30 by 30, 16 colors. That's also going with for the Great Escape. This little penguin, these are all 20 by 20s, except one of them's a little bit bigger. 16 colors. This is for time lapse. Dragon Trio is for a time lapse. Dragons and Books is for a time lapse. Now this one's 20 by 25. Colorful mushrooms for a time lapse. Glowing dragons for time lapse. And then I have all my canvases that are not done yet in here. So these are all the 30 by 30s and smaller. And then I have my 30 by 40s and smaller in this one. 30 by 40 and 40 by 40s in this one. And then 40 by 50 and larger are in my other one. So I have 2 books for that. So that's how I keep all that organized. I knocked my cover minders everywhere. So that's how I keep all that organized. And of course, I'm always jotting down notes and stuff. And I have a little book that has all of my to-do list things wrote in it. So yeah, so that's how. Don't ask me how I juggle it, but I do. To most people, it would seem disorganized, but somehow to me it works. Sorry, guys, it's a little warm, so I have a wet rag with my face. What is one innovative technique you have recently experimented with in your process? That's using Microsoft Copilot, the AI, for help with thumbnails and scripts and, things like that. Future and community engagement is the next topic. All right, let's see what these questions are about. What trends in crafting or diamond painting are you excited to explore? One of them was I was on the fence about trying the lily pads. Yeah, so I got two of them. I got this one, which is the little panda, and then I got the little black and pink axolotl. And you just wet the little sponge in there. You dip your placer in there. It'll fit a 5-placer pretty good, and I think it fits my 7-placer too, or single placer, and it helps you with placing ABs. I was using the Art Dot putty with my ABs, but then I started noticing that it was still pulling the coating off so much. So, it was so that would be the one that I was most excited about right now. How does your audience inspire or shape your upcoming project? I would say by if I have issues picking something, I'll ask. If I have a question or like I have an idea of something I want to start doing once or twice a month, I'm going to put that out on my community post and my Facebook post community group and see, what people think and give people feedback on it. Seeing what events and stuff that other people are doing also help inspire as well. What is one dream collaboration you'd love to see in the creative community? I would actually like to see them do virtual retreats. Um, and that's not really a collaboration, but that's the one thing that I do. One dream that I do have is, because there are a lot of us out there who can't afford to travel to retreats, let alone the cost of the retreat. And it would be nice if they could do free virtual retreats. Um, where they do little, talk about like how Tima and Cheryl do how they talk about when they bling, and or Rochelle talks about when she blings, and do little informal classes like that. How do you balance innovation with staying true to your artistic roots? I'm not really artistic, but I would say that I do use, like I say, I do use the AI, but what I use the AI for is, okay, I have what I want to talk about in the video, and I'll go in and I'll write, I'll type it all out in a Word document, everything I want to, what the way I'm saying, hearing it in my mind, and is how I type it out, and then I ask the Microsoft Copilot to rewrite that as a YouTube bullet points or script or however I want it. Or like say I'm writing out a professional, I'm writing an email to a company. I write how I'm saying it, but then I'll go in and I'll ask it, please write this professional. So it's basically, it was taking my words and just making them sound more professional, because not, and make sure that the grammar is properly, written and everything. What role does live feedback play during your real-time creative sessions? Feedback, I am I am open for any kind of feedback. I am open to constructive criticism. I'm open, because you got to know when somebody is doing something. each side. Uh, you know, there's the pros and cons to everything. You know, when you're talking about something or you're talking to somebody and you're giving them feedback on something, be it a project, a product, them just themselves, you always got to give the pros, the cons on something. Because if you don't, that person is not going to know how to correct themselves, or that company's not going to know how to fix a product, or, you know, whatever it may be. So, you know, there's difference between criticism and constructive criticism. You know, with criticism, you're downing the person. You're making them feel like, okay, what did I do wrong? Constructive criticism is telling them, okay, you messed up here, but this is how you could fix it. Or you could change this, or why not try this? You know, that's how I feel. Oh, okay, the next category is miscellaneous, fun, and random. Okay. Okay. All right, this first question is doozy. If you could invent one completely new crafting tool, what would it do? Um, Most people would probably say they'd invent somebody to kid up for them. I actually like kidding up. I, um, I really don't know. That question has stumped me. If you could invent one completely new crafting tool, what would it do? Oh God, I can't think of nothing. I really can't. Wow, that stumped me. You know, yeah. Oh. What is the craziest or boldest idea you have ever had for an art project? Um, when I when I did, I guess I would say the three marker challenge, the blind three marker challenge, where you just blindly pick three colors and you have that's all the only ones you can use on your painting or on your coloring page. Yeah, that was crazy because somehow I mixed all the markers up in a bowl, but somehow I still picked red, yellow, and green. A red, a yellow, and a green. And thank God the painting I was doing was a fish with a lily pad there. So it worked out. It did work out. But at the time, I really didn't have a lot of markers when I did that. So now if I was to do it, it would be crazy because I have a whole 68 markers in the one bag and God over 100 markers in the other bag. if you were to create an art series based on a genre, sci-fi, fantasy, etc., which would it be? I, I would go with fantasy, slash, I don't know what skulls, how skulls would work into that, but I would kind of go, with mythical creatures, skulls and things like that. I guess you could call it the macabre, kind of. Deep reflection and motivation is the next category. Okay. What motivates you to push the boundaries in your creative work? That's a me thing. It's I push myself to see to see what I can do. Of course, I have ADD, ADHD, OCD, and I'm dyslexic. To test those boundaries, pretty much I'll set a goal. Like right now I have a goal that I want to be to the halfway point, if not almost finished this at the end of the month. That I want to get my other ones, which I'm almost done those. Those are going pretty quick. Except the Asian one. The one for the Asian year-long event, that is the only one that I'm not worried about rushing with, because that event's a year-long event, so that I've got time to work on that. So pretty much, I push myself to see if I can reach that goal. But I also know that what also motivates me is that I know that if I don't reach that goal, I could set a new goal for that. And so I do finally hit that goal. How do you overcome creative blocks or moments of doubt? For creative blocks, I'll take a break. I'll put that aside and I'll work on something else until that block is gone. Moments of doubt. The only time I really have had a moment of doubt with something was how to change something up on a painting. And I changed it. And I wasn't sure if it looked right. But once I left it and I said, okay, let me finish everything around it. If I still don't like it, I can change it. You know. What does authenticity in art mean to you? It means that art is true. That art is owned by someone. It's authentic. It's not fake. It's not. Even with AI and digital art, that's still art. And it's still an artist that sits there and tells that program, okay, I want this, 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 this. Make it look this way. Do this, do that. Or they're digitally drawing on their whatever device they use for their digital drawing. Because I know there's different. Some people use their iPads, and I've seen it looks like a mouse pad, but they have the stylus that can draw on it with. So to me, that's still authentic art. But when someone goes out there and they copy and steal someone's art, yeah, I'm not for that. I just went through that with a canvas that I got from Amazon. I did all the lookups, the reverse lookups and everything, and nothing came back. And then a friend of mine was able to tell me that, yeah, that was stolen art. And I haven't worked on it since. It is still in time now. Can you share a moment when art helped you discover something new about yourself? When I discovered diamond painting, it helped me um, focus a lot more. Um, it's actually me mentally, and it's the only craft I've stuck with longer than a year. How do past challenges fuel your drive to innovate in your craft? That I've had challenges. Canvases where the stick wasn't good, or the drill field just was. You know, you needed to be like 2 inches from the canvas to see the symbols. But it's fueled me to go just to push through, persevere, and move on. You know, don't let that keep you from doing the craft that you love. Don't let it stop you from doing the craft that you love. Let's see. So let's go with the next one. The arrow. There's several different arrows. So it's the arrow that goes off number six. Okay. So the next category is gold star moment and inspiration. Oh, we've not even been on an hour yet. Okay. Was a memorable moment when your art truly connected with someone. That would have been back when I first started coloring online. Um, I actually had a friend of mine that it inspired her to do the same. Not on, she didn't do it online, but it inspired her to start coloring. How do you define success in your creative journey? For me, success is, you know, finishing a project. Um, it's a bittersweet moment when I finish the project, yes, because I love working on it, watching it come to life, like, yeah. I know we could see the picture on the canvas, believe me, because I cannot do a canvas without being able to see the color in the picture. I live vicariously through everybody who does the mystery paintings. You know, kudos to you guys, because that would just drive my ADD, ADHD, and OCD crazy. My brain cannot comprehend that. Now, I was able to do Witchy Basic because, Witchy Basic was just a black and white canvas, but the black was the outline of the image, and I got to fill in whatever color I wanted to fill it in with. And believe me, I did the whole background in 310 on that canvas. And yeah, that's where me and 310, that canvas and a couple other canvases I've done, that's where me and 310 are just kind of friends, not full friends anymore. So you know, when I finish a canvas, I consider that success. Also, when I set a goal, um, So like I'll set a goal of, okay, I want to get this much of this canvas done, you know, in this week. Or I have a goal to be to this point on the canvas by such and such and such. Um, you know, and when I reach that goal, um, I consider that success. You know, are there times that, you know, I failed my goal? Yeah. Um, but like I say, I know that if I don't meet a goal, I can always reset that goal and try again. What is one project that changed the way you see your craft? I would say it would have been the very first diamond painting I did, which would have been the skull with the flames. You know, and I'm like, this is my jam. This is my craft. You know, this is my thing. I'm in love. What advice would you give to a beginner just starting the diamond paint? You know, start out with the canvas, round, square, whichever you want, special drill, whatever. Um, but you know, start out with one, you know, with the basic toolkit, okay, and see if you like it first. You know, if you like it, then you can start getting the the upgraded trays, the upgraded pins, and things like that. But start out with something and go for images that speak or resonate to you. You know, something that you're gonna like. Um, you know, something that you're not gonna start in like, oh, why did I pick this? You know, make sure it's something that resonates with you and that you like. Looking forward, what's one creative risk you're excited to take? Doing the huge Chuck Penson canvas I have. That sucker is 70 something by 90 something. I've already know I'm going to have to dedicate a whole year of my life to that canvas. All right, these are just some funny questions. If animals could talk, which species would be the sassiest? Cats and guinea pigs. Cats and guinea pigs. Now, here's why I say that. Me and mom, we have three cats, two inside, one outside. And just from the way they meow at us, makes me wonder what they're really saying to us. And the two little fur rats in the cage behind me, they could be demanding and weeding at me. You know, they think every time I get up and leave my room, they're supposed to get something, and they could have just had something 5 minutes ago. So yeah, I say guinea pigs and cats would be the sassy species. If you were a vegetable, which one would you be and why? um, how do I say this? Okay, I say tomato. And the only reason I say that is because I'm chunky and tomatoes are fat, round, know, I don't know. That was weird. I was. Oh, what is the most ridiculous conspiracy theory you could cook up about a garden gnome? They're here to take over the world. Our next president is going to be the what was it? Travelocity. That travel place. It's going to be the travel gnome. Yeah, they're here to take over the world for him. If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, would it be pasta or something crazy? Okay, I'm a pasta girl. I'm a potato girl, but I would have to say seafood because seafood covers a wide variety of things I could eat. I go seafood. Okay, would you rather have spaghetti for hair or always sweat maple syrup? Can I say neither? First off, I love spaghetti, but I don't want it for hair. Two, I don't want to. I'd be maple syrup, sweat maple syrup. You'd be sticky all the time. Okay, so that's where I'm going to end the questions for this week. This week, today live. Wow, I can't. So I'll pick questions back up probably in Thursday's live. But yeah, that was some pretty interesting stuff. Um, so let's see. So what have I got going on for the channel? I still haven't gotten to filming videos yet. I may do that later. It's just been hot in my room. You know, my fan went out. Mom's fan doesn't work. Our ACs are doing their best. I have a teeny tiny desk fan, but it doesn't help a lot. It gets it gets hot sitting in front of them. And I tried using my desktop the other night. I went on StreamYards on there so I could use a virtual background. And I tried using it to film a video, but it was laggy, too laggy for me. So I've gone back to my regular setup. So I'll go back to using my phone is my main camera, and of course, my tablet is my overhead. But it was worth trying. Um, you know. But normally on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I try to do about a 2 hour live. Um, less than 2 hours. Well, no less, really no less than an hour. I figure that helps get my channel into the algorithm. Um, I believe that I am at 1,390 subscribers now. I'm almost to the 1,400 goal. So that's exciting. Um, Happy about that. You know, right now I have my channel, has earned about a little over $7 in the past couple months. So even if you just put them on mute and play while you're doing housework or whatever, um, if you would watch, run my playlist, that would be grateful. I know I'm not everyone's cup of tea, but there are, you know, I must have viewers out there somewhere because, it's easy. To, I need to set my own book back up and I can go on play my own, through one of my other accounts. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I will go and play my own playlist from time to time. And for me, that's just going back and reminiscing about where I started from. Hey, you, what's up? What you doing? But yeah, so I go back and I reminisce on old videos um, and look at how far I've come from the cringy YouTube videos when I first started out till now. So what you up to? So you said you had to work today, didn't you? Yeah, I thought so. I thought you told me you had to work today. What time you have to work to? So okay. You know me, I will be live when you get off, but I'll probably still be up. I can, if you want a video chat, I can always create a StreamYard behind the scenes, and we can chat there. You just have to let me know. I have a new play toy. My even has a fidget spinner on it. Yeah, I finally got everything in the way I wanted it last night, but I cried. I tried staying up to finish what I had to do last night. You know, getting my notes stuff for today for the live, which I already went over that. Um, but I could barely keep my eyes open, and I had to crash. And I finished it a little while ago. I was rushing to get stuff get ready to go live today because my chunky monkey butt woke up at 11ish, and did not get out of bed until 12 o'clock. Yes, I was being a lazy ass. Hold on 1 minute. I'll be right back. Hey, Mom, will you cut my hair later? Okay, because it's starting to get on my nerve. All right. We're having the chicken patties and mac and cheese. Yeah, remember you wanted to call Tammy and see if she could get somebody to bring me some sugar because we won't be able to get out to get any until Monday. Which I gotta sit down and I gotta make the grocery list for shopping list for Monday. Yeah, that is one chore I hate to do. I hate making the grocery list. Normally I just go and and shop, but I come to the conclusion that doing that I get stuff that I oh crap. I just totally put on the wrong symbol. Okay. Yep, that's okay. I can move them down because the symbol I need them on is right underneath of it. See, there I go doing things and not paying attention. Do it. Ah, we don't need it in hurry. We can get some money to get a bag of it. And I think she's got a test spot in her house. Huh? If she it was on her and she'll call you back, you know that. But she might be done. Oh, then she hung up. Either that or she hit that dead spot in her. I think she got a dead spot in her house. Oh, she's out somewhere. Got to be. Oh, but if she's in, if they're, Mom, She knows she'll still get you some. Ask her for it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'd be a mood too. If I was at Walmart, they're nasty about doing little changes shit. Oh, yeah, for now. But you did ask her to bring me some, though. Okay. Yeah, but it takes more than the first week, so. Yeah, I've heard Walmart. Yeah, I've heard people say, hey, you gotta be careful to overcharge you and give you a run about it. Mm-hmm. Walmart's shrewd like that. I'm pretty glad she's still bringing some. The chicken and packages. If you try 4 chicken patties and mac and cheese, if you need to mix up that milk, let me know. It's already about to be better, yeah. I mean, it's only going on 3:30. Yeah. So if that milk is in there, you can let me know. I know, but what I'm saying, is, if you get milk out there, it's what it is for free milk, it's the water. I don't understand that. Well, there's nothing that can mix up. You just gotta let me know. I know, it's like, if that milk is no good, let me know and I'll mix the other one up. It's in the um in the drawer the refrigerator. Oh yeah, she probably will, but I can understand. I can understand her being frustrated because I can understand. God. Alright. Okay. But I can understand her being frustrated because you can call them, they'll tell you one price. You get there and it's another price. They do try to take advantage of people. And they ain't the one they want to fucking prove. They ain't the one they want to fucking play with either. That'd be like them fucking around Virginia. And she has the right. I don't blame her. Yeah. And they ain't the one they want to mess with because she'll tell them where to go. And she has the right. Because I've heard people say they've called and asked about a service and were quoted one price, get there and they're charged totally 10 times the amount. But anyway, so let's see. I will be live on Thursday. I gotta set that live. Oh, it's not a. I didn't have a live set for Thursday. It's me and Mom. So the program was in the morning, and I might be home time to do my live, but no, the program was actually in the afternoon. So we just wound up deciding we're not going. You know, and so I will be able to do my live stream on Thursday. I will probably work on this canvas again and that live. I'll probably finish off the rest of this this tonight. The row that I'm in, because this is this Diamond Art Club has the perforated paper, so I'm doing I'm pulling it down, doing section by section, which is going pretty good though. I have a keyboard thing somewhere. I'm not telling you how to name it. Sparkly diamond. I see canvas. And me and Angel Rose. We are booking up. We both can't say the name. It's so what? It's funny. It's a beautiful canvas. It's a witch like that. I'm doing it for Real Chills, Witch, and also the work for the young event itself. Oh, what was it? Oh, it might be. Okay, you know how I come up. They get people. Yeah, people help do. Do when they have abundance of money. I think Dad had his medicine delivered. Yeah, yeah. Had people deliver what they call overage packages. That's all they do. That's all they deliver is package. They don't deliver mail. But yeah, so probably I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how I could possibly I don't think I need to cover it on it. So what I think I'm probably will do is my normal method, pulling down the what? What? Oh, she worked that. Yeah. We can't get out to get any Monday because we got our money so that's it. But yeah, so what I'll do is I'll use the um, smaller release papers and section it out in because if I'm not mistaken, it's 4 by 6 size sections. So what I do is I'll section it out. I found that that's I can work a section in an hour. Well, it's taking me longer than an hour because I had it on the topic to me and kind of some crazy questions. Excuse me. What are you doing? Mom, you already did. Yes, you bumming. Hey, right by your window. But anyway, so yes, this I'm gonna I'll use a 4 by 6 and do my sections out. What I do is once it's I pull it down and I'll do 2 rows of papers and I'll work that way and work left to right and down on canvas. That's where I'll do that. Because I found out, say that doing small sections like that works when, you know, give me 1 second, guys. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Oh, they're talking about foot and mouth disease back and coming making it back. Okay, I'm back, guys. Sorry about that. I had to go help mom do something real quick, and I kind of got sidetracked. Okay, so what was I talking about for a month? Oh, about how I do big canvases. So yeah, so if I'm working in canvas bigger than say 40 by 50 or bigger, I start the top left to the right and work down. And I usually leave the cover sheet on a 40 by 50 or larger, and I pull it back, let you release papers, and I'll trim the plastic cover just a little bit above the so I like holding on top of the second row release paper. And once I get the first row done, I pull that down and I'll do the next row and then start the next one so until finish. If it is depends on I have some the actual picture is circle, so I just leave the leave it on that as a point. But it's a I usually times will put a whole release sheet off and just let it release page. 30 by 30 smaller, I'll pull the cover sheet off and I let it finish. Now it's 30 by 30 smaller. I start the bottom left, straight, and work the top. So that's how I work my painting. You know, I know everybody's different because there are some people they'll cover sheet up and leave it on the table and just work whatever they want to work on it. I'm like, okay, I ain't pets, so I can't do that. Well, I mean, I think pets. I get pretty dust, that anyway. So, um, you know, there's people that they'll start in the middle of the canvas. And, just the canvas. Now that's where my just what's a brain cannot handle it. I cannot with my canvas. I have tried. I, I'm not. I can't. I'm not saying this because I had tried it. I tried. I even as far as okay, say I have a canvas. To say this is canvas, and I put the canvas sideways like this. I actually take my my drill storage over here, and I turn that the same, like the half turn, so that I look at the symbols the same way on the bottles as they are on the canvas. Yeah, my brain just could not handle it. It still was, but I, I believe that is because of my comprehension, with the dyslexia. My form of dyslexia is reading comprehension. So, um, there are times I have to look at something 4 to 5 or more times before I grasp it. So, um, I'm more of a what they call it. I'm more of a hands-on learner than a book learner. But however things that you know some people get a setback. For a challenge to me, it's just something that I have. And I've learned coping skills, but I've learned skills to help with those issues. Yeah, it takes me longer to read something than it does other people, but I still do it. I'm thinking of actually getting, our local library has what they call hoopla, in the Libby app. Hoopla, I believe I can get, um, digital books, books on CD. I can rent them through the hoopla. Um, you don't actually have the physical copy, you just get to listen to it on your device. And same thing with the Libby app. I know a lot of places have the Libby app. Um, as long as you have a library card, you can go and rent the book and read it, read it on your device. Um, there's a couple of James Passion books that I want to go see have on. First, I see if they have them on digital, like audio. That's what yeah. See how, yeah, that's just how my dyslexia when sometimes I see all the proper words I want to say out. And that's why I use the co-pilot. What? Ow. Um, so that's the reason I'm using the actual for getting my notes. And I'll jot notes down the way that they're coming to me in my brain and how I'm saying them out myself. And then I use the AI co-pilot and the co-pilot to make sound like a sound. So the way that I'm using the tool is to help with, it's like a tool to help with an issue I have. I don't say it would be like a voice, but it's like a device you know, it's hard to explain to you, I can't get out the way I want. The way that I'm envisioning it and saying it is not the actual terminology for it. You know, um, I don't assistant device. I guess you call it. Um, all I know is I know that it really helps me out. That way, when I'm doing my videos, everything doesn't sound like I'm babbling, or waffling on. Let me actually film some videos in a while. I don't know. Actually, no, I may use one of my WIP days. I may use one of my WIP days this week to film and use today for diamond painting. Let's see, where are my stitches? See, they don't have your 12. I'm not sure who goes live. Ditsy's live, I know later today. Oh gosh. I know somebody later, but it's not. It's after 5 my time that they'll be live. So I'll probably be here a little bit longer. And then we'll jump out of here for today. I'll continue working and then I will be live on Thursday. We'll probably work on this same canvas, depending on where I'm at on it for Thursday, which is only what, 2 days away. I can pretty much get a good. If I put my mind to it, I can get a lot done in 2 days. Looking for those 2 lines. It's just 2 lines. Oh, I think number 4. We're both coming out for cute. Or at least half of it right now. So, hopefully I'll have some more. Kind of we're not seeing guys. So yeah, I got some good comments on some of the videos. And I'm trying to get that. I'm trying to keep, like, when they'll comment on a video, I'm trying to reply back in a timely manner, but I'll always get a notification that someone has commented on a video right away. So if it takes a little bit, I'm so sorry. But I'm trying to stay on top of answering, comments. I know I still have questions of the day. They were the week out on these questions that they have. I still have those going up on the communities tab. I have them preset to the videos. So, don't have to worry about posting any of those until time. I'll post in December. I'll start posting for 2026. But I still have other questions. I have them in a Google Doc. Know what I do is cut, paste in, others, set the day and the and all that for it to go up. I don't think there's going to be any coloring videos this week. I don't have the energy to sit down for that. There may be some time lapse videos for some diamond paintings. If I get the time, I decide when I'm going to sit. I got them kitted up. They're only like 20 by 20, so they should not take. No, Um, so yeah, so I got those. Um, I have to keep remembering because of where I'm doing this over doing this with just the clear sheets. So I have to look at where my drills end. I have them ended over here against the next piece that pulled down. So I keep wanting to keep going, uh, with the color. So yeah, so um, I'm hoping to sit down and whip those out this week sometime. So it may be a break in content video going up. Not gonna lie, guys, I just got into a weird headspace, and I just it's on me. I just decided I was doing my lives, but I'm like I was um I don't want to say neglecting, but I was procrastinating, I guess would be the word, um, on getting content videos. Like I was procrastinating on getting my logbook straight, but I pulled a late night live, um, Friday night for me. It was Friday night into Saturday morning, and I finished it around 4 something Saturday morning. So I was live for like over 4 hours in that one. I got that finished, and then I did a late night live on Sunday, and I was live for 6 hours with that one. I was kitting up the time lapse video kit up, and another painting I'm going to do, and I work on painting as well. Um, so, um, so I got that all done. I was proud of myself for getting the logbook stuff done because I had been working on that project. And that's not where I want to go. I hate when it happens. So I move that one up, that one up, and move that one up. Because they were all the same color. So I was at that project. I had been working here, there, a little bit on it for 6 months. Um, so I was ever so happy I've gotten that straight because I was using jump flow, guys, to log my canvases and stuff, and I'll probably still log them over there just so I have a digital copy of it or whatever. But I am one. I like the book and paper. I do. I like that I can flip through, and see it that way. That's just me. So, but everybody's different when it comes to that. I mean, Jim's flow to me is a little limited of what we can really do on it, information wise. I mean, basically, why not just have a regular log book? I mean, you can go on Etsy and people have um, people sell the PDF downloads of log books. You you can go online, and, on Amazon, or your own diving to be addicted to that. Jen J Rob, they call her. She has a log book she's selling on Amazon. I had purchased it on Amazon. I believe it's my Amazon wish list. It's in my bio, by the way. Um, but yeah, so I like what's from that. I don't know if I did or use it, but she has some tips and all that, but still, as a book section. But I just want to do this, by my own, I'm actually thinking about sitting down with the with myself co-pilot and actually, and this I was inspired to do this one from speaking of Dunbridge. He had a company that wrote a book. Uh, he put in prompts and if they asked him answers like they wrote a book. So I've got them. Uh, and that now, but I have to do them. But I'm thinking of using Microsoft. That way it's it's free. I don't have to pay for it. I just need to find what's similar that you have it and it could be the stretch answer and all that. And I really to my story written down. I don't know what I would actually where it would be. It would involve diamond. Meaning, first of all, my YouTube channel thing I would use, in there and things like that. But I think it would be cool to do. So what I look into that maybe a lot. You're gonna do that. Hold on. Okay. But right now, that idea would go. And I would never think about it again. And I'm really, that's what I want to do. And then what I think what I would do is I'd make a video series reading, depending on how many chapters it gives me, um, reading a chapter um, on a live stream. So, or not a live stream on a video. Hold on, I'll be right back, guys. Okay, that's like my sister brought my children's stuff, and she had her basket out in there. I had to go talk to my fur nephew. Flash, she's my fur nephew. She has a basset hound named Flash. And yes, he's named after Roscoe P. Coltrane's dog from Dukes of Hazzard. My niece, when they had a dog they had to have put to sleep because he turned on them. Something they think he had a neurological problem, and he turned on my sister in the vet's office, and my sister knew she had, they had been down because he got too aggressive. And he was having other health issues at the time that probably it's better than to prolong it. But then my niece got Flash one, and he's you're almost 2 years old. He's almost 2. And he is oh my god, he's a ham. I love him too. I claim to be the very important part when you're little. So it's he's born, but I still call him the VIP. So the very important part. And then my niece, I forget what her little dog is, but she got a little dog named Remy. She calls Remy Ling, which she's called Remy. And yeah, she's cute. I think she's Pit and Chocolate Lab. I think if I remember correctly. That's all right. I'll make some lemonade later. I'm still alive right now, so yeah. When you didn't have a whole lot, you can go ahead and sweeten it to the point you need it now. But yeah, so I go say hi to my Flash. He's a sweetie pie. So yeah, so getting back to what I was talking about, I'm gonna look that up about that just started to want to go and have a story done about now. I don't know what I don't know. It depends on what I gotta go and see if I can find the question that they ask you to get them, and then um, I can kind of remind me of this type of kind of reminds me of a Mad Lib. Where you answer the question whether a person was saying or whatever it is you you ask it whatever ask you for whatever, and then you fill it in and it puts it forward. So, or I can go and do that. I can actually go and do that's another thing I do. Because I put it on my community tab for what? But not to be. Yeah. Yeah, they can, but it's more active. It's mostly in children, yeah. Because what I could do is I could put out what I need for the story onto my community tab or Facebook page, and then get my community to give me the answer, give me your answer, and then I put the first notice for people on a wheel, spin the wheel, and whoever's name gets whose words go into the story, and then I could do the whole series of stories. No, 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 hold on. I understand for this idea. So yes, see, I mean, and coming up, this is how it happens with me. I get talking about something, and I will totally have an idea pop in my head of, oh, this would make a good video series. Um, and I really do. I really think I could make a good video series out of that. Um, I don't know if it would be like once a month video, or if it may be a once a month video. Like, I have to think about the logistics on how I want to post it. But I probably really go really, really far with that. That would be pretty cool. So I'll start looking into that. I'll start looking at tonight, because it's something I really want to get started, and then um, I will have a post go up on the community tab on the Facebook group asking for, you know. So that would kind of be a way to also incorporate. Of course, I see my desktop saying I have an update. It would be a way to also incorporate you as my viewers into it as well. And we just got a new member in the group, Facebook group today, Judelle Chase. I want to welcome her to the Facebook group and to the Mutt Squad, because that's what I call my members. my members, my group members on Facebook, I call them my squad. Of course, I do that, finish that color, put it away, and I see a couple in this. Isn't that always the way? But yeah, so those are my plans. I have a book over here of video ideas, of ideas of types of videos that I want to do. So pretty cool. Alexa, how many months are left in this year?
4 months and 2 weeks.
Okay, so I just need videos for I need 4 months worth of videos. I can do that. No problem. I actually can do that with the ideas that I have. 1, 2, 3. I got about 5 good ideas right now that I actually can execute. And some of those are time lapse, some of those are other type of videos. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure that those five ideas and I have 5 emphasis for time lapse. So that's 10. That's 10 pieces of content. You know, that's 10 pieces of content I can get put out there. And I don't do videos anyway. So videos. Okay, I'm so that means videos on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So they can be based. Yeah, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. There's 5 days that I can use as content days. There's no specific day or on a day. Just depends on how much content I have, how much I filmed, and if I don't have a lot, then I stretch it out. But if I have a good bit, then it goes up 2, 3 times a week or whatever. And I try not to post a video on a day that I go live. So that's why I have dedicated days. It took me. Yeah, I've actually been a YouTuber for. Okay, I didn't actually really start doing my videos until probably 2016, 2017. I've actually had my YouTube channel since 2015. It was like 10 years ago. So yeah. I use that and I suggest a lot of post videos no matter what, whatever. So it took me a couple years to get to where I am a comfortable schedule for myself. I used to go back then. I would go live every day, 2 or 3 times a day. I do like a live in the morning. I do a live in the afternoon. I do a live late at night. Plus I was filming content videos, and I burnt myself. I really did. I got myself to point of burnout when I'm doing that. So I finally got into a realm where I was only live like once or twice a week, or 3 times I think it was there for a while, a week, and then I had certain days that were for content videos a week, and everything, and I finally found we're going live Tuesdays and Thursdays every week. Works for me on my lives, and then that leaves me Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday to work on content videos, to work on canvases, to work on whatever I need, like behind the scenes stuff and all as well. Let's see, it's almost 4:30, so I'll probably go. I might go for another 20 to 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So excuse me. I finally got that balance. And yeah, I did 2 late night lives back to back this week. That, I'm not gonna lie, that kind of killed me, because I've not pulled a late night live on. I used to do it on another social media platform, and I haven't done it on that platform in probably a year or more. And I haven't done it on here in a long time. So I'm starting to get back in the rhythm of doing a late night live, and I think what I'm going to do is that's going to be on Sundays when I do that. So because after Crash is live on Sunday, I usually don't have anybody else I watch. But, that's my plan for the channel. I'm trying to do it every night. I'm trying to also, I just do, I think, every other Sunday. I can do that too. So that logistics have not worked out yet, because that was it. I did about a 4-hour live Friday and Saturday, Friday and Saturday morning for me, and then it was 6-hour live Sunday night into Monday morning, because that one I didn't look out till 4-hour live. I think around 4 when I load down that one, and then the light Sunday morning. I will over 6 hours, but I do remember that I didn't get to bed till 4:30 o'clock that morning. So that'd be probably around 4. It's probably around 4 when all got done. But yeah, so those are the plans that or goals that I have. Because you get an idea in your brain, you write it down. some on paper. We go to execute said idea. Said idea may not work. I've had a lot of. I have had a lot of it. And it's discouraging a little bit too because it was such a, you got yourself up. It's like, oh, it's such a good idea. And then, no, it's not. It's like crash and burn. What was it? The guy who made the wings out of wax and flew close to the sun. you know, it was like you had this idea and it's like a first year old thing. You know, I'm excited about the idea of having like a full time type store like Rich did. I think that'd be cool. And then to do Mad Lib type video sort videos, and then with the viewers, do the part, come up with the answer that we're doing it, and have them put in, and I don't know what the story is even about. I may give the title, I don't know, or I may just, I may give the title, I don't know. No, because if I give the title, then it wouldn't make it fun. It would make it funny, I guess. I don't know. We'll play around with that one. We'll play around with that one to figure out. That one's good. That one's not going to be a relay series on the channel, I guess. That one's like some logistically planning. How it would actually do. I do know that I'll just generate a figure to generate media maglets. I'll give it a topic. And go from there. And then I'll have goes out about the meeting y'all's help with coming up with the words to fill in the blanks, and then I can do the story and I'll take so whoever what I do is it'd be like a contest thing. So whoever's answers get people in the I'll put their name on the wheel and I'll do a video with that who won, and then also tag their name and channel if they have one in the YouTube so we can spread word of them as well. Kind of get like it's always a coding channel. Like I have just kind of had much culture, and why am I for other? I was posted for minutes on my side. So yeah, see that. So it's kind of like a could be like a way of helping. You're helping my channel by liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting, and having fun when getting answers for this, and then in turn, whoever's is picked for the for their answer to the story. I'm I'm sharing them out, to people. Getting their channel out there to people. Because I'll go to the channel, and every story ends. So I'll be there as well. So they'll be promoted on the videos. I'll not only by saying that they are also by showing the channel, sharing their link, like that. So yeah, so I think that's a pretty cool idea. Which I think what I'll do is once I get done here, I'll work on some of this tomorrow, probably later. And I'll go sit down and go stretch out across my face. Well, my messy bed, like, you just like that across my bed. That across my bed is in my that's not a lot myself. So that's across my bed is in my bed. I can lay in bed at night and work going wherever you're going. I just do, but I like to check out. Something I'll find a possible way to what was I looking at that document because I use Google Docs. I use Google Docs for a lot of things. So I died for I'm going to jump out, you guys. I'm going to make some lemonade. And catch everybody around. Otherwise, just next couple days. I will be live. First day. I'll catch everybody then. Bye, y'all. Hugs, love.